Folks, as you know, uh, we have a left-wing caller that we have nicknamed Michael. And for those of you who want to look up the reference for that, you can go to Stargate Atlantis and you can figure out who Michael is. And Michael was barred from this program because he came onto the show and said the only reason he called was to screw with me. It wasn't to talk about the issues. It wasn't to debate the issues. It was just to, screw around with me. And as you know, Michael has his he uses conservative talk radio to promote what he does, which is to mock conservatives. And I said, well, that's not the purpose of the program. If you're just going to be calling up to mess around with me, screw around with me, it's a moot point because we talk about the issues, we debate the issues on this program, and so he was banned. Now, according to Russell, Michael has said that he wants to apologize for that and then get back to disagreeing with me on the issues. So I'm going to bring Michael on. And Michael, I'll if you can be sincere in your apology about what you said, and then we can move on and just start talking about issues on which we agree or disagree. So go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Chris. Well, I want to clear the record. Why do you always call me a liberal? Because
let's start off before let's just start off with hold on. Let's just start off with the apology first, then we can move on from there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I would like to apologize to you and your audience. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I know you guys are very sensitive. So yeah, I wanted to apologize.
Well, actually, what I would like you to, if you could just directly, Michael, hold on, bring him down. Michael, what I'd like you to address is apologize for what you said, which was, I only call up to your show to screw around with you. That's which is, by the way, not what the show is on to do and not the purpose of the show anyway. So if you can address that point, then we can move on.
Yes, I'm not. I don't want to screw with you and your audience, but I would like.
But can you apologize? Will you just say the words for me? I'm sorry for what I said about my whole purpose for screwing with you and your audience, and then we can go. Then we can move on.
I'm sorry what I said about my whole purpose of screwing with your audience.
Okay,
but
all right.
But I did want to call to also thank you.
Well, again, I want to go back to how have I mischaracterized you? Or how would you describe yourself politically?
Under today's terminology, a rhino. But I know in MAGA,
so wait a minute,
you're not in the cult,
where was the last
therefore you're
Republican?
liberal.
Who was the last Republican you voted for?
Romney.
You voted for Mitt Romney. And what was appealing about Romney as opposed to a Reagan or as opposed to Trump?
As opposed to Reagan.
Yeah.
But fiscal responsibility, small government, free trade, backing up democracies and not kowtowing to two-bit dictators, things like that.
Well, Romney didn't stand for any of those things, which has me concerned because, as you remember, he had the 2012 election in the bag if he had just pressed the issue in highlighting what Obama was doing wrong in this country, and he blew the whole thing because of his lack of conviction and lack of moral character.
That was a long time ago. I don't want to sit here and debate Romney. I did want to thank you, though, again. The window on my retirement has greatly shortened. I have been short selling the hell out of Newsmax. Oh my God, what a dumpster fire that company is. I have made a killing. It's even more of a meme stock than DJT. Thank you for all you do with Newsmax. I can't thank you enough. My retirement window has so greatly shortened.
Yes. How much do you think you've cleared in your short selling of the Newsmax stock?
Probably about 1.5.
1.5 what?
million.
You've made a 1.5 million short selling Newsmax stock, you say?
Correct.
So
Correct.
no, wait a minute. He could
really
wait. Hold on. So Michael, let me get this straight. So if you were short selling 1.5 million, how much of an original investment did you make? How much money did you have to throw around?
About 250K.
Okay. So it's fair for this audience to assume that you're a man of means, correct?
Oh yeah, I'm in the 1%.
You're in the 1%. But
I got in when that joke of a stock was at like 240 or 250. And yesterday I think, what did it fall down to, like 16 or 17?
No, 22, I believe. It closed at $22. By the way, its initial public offering, folks, was $10 a share. So I'm not sure, and I don't believe it's ever reached 250.
Yeah, but oh yes, it did. It got up to like 265.
Well, the last I was mapping, it was over 220. That was at its height, but maybe it could be wrong. But if you got
Chris,
in,
I'm sure you and Todd Starnes have blackout periods. Don't worry. By the time the blackout period is over, it should be under $5 by then.
Well,
so maybe you'll be able to get like a new air conditioner or something down there in Houston.
Well, look, I think that your celebration of
such a big fool.
I don't exactly know what that stock has to do with issues of national import. And if you just wanted to dig at me, I guess that's as a Newsmax on-air person, I guess that's up to you. I mean, you're not the first left winger to disagree with me, but all I can say is, Michael, good luck with your short selling. As a matter of fact, I'm going to encourage you to continue on what you're doing. Please. Folks, I just don't want to say anymore. I'll be back. Governor Greg Abbott coming up next on The Voice of Texas.